It's 5 o'clock and we're off the clock with B-Scott. Today with us we got David McGee from Southside Outdoors.
How y'all fellas doing?
I thank you for coming today.
Yes, sir.
You're in town duck hunting, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've been in town since Tuesday, Wednesday morning, somewhere around there, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And it's just a group of us from home, about 9 guys we got here, and we've been killing some ducks.
I know y'all are a long ways from home, you know.
Yep. 13 hours.
13 hours. Wow.
Yeah,
You guys come up here every year? Duck hunt?
Every year we come up here.
Yeah.
So same place, same routine. You know, we keep it simple. We've made friends, and we just keep on rolling with them.
Yeah. And this year's pretty tough though. Everyone I'm talking to is like, duck season ain't good in Arkansas this year.
They say it's not really ready.
The water's bad, but I think ducks are starting to come down.
I think so. I mean, it's snowing today.
Yeah, it's snowing.
So
Thank God.
the weather's definitely cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hopefully it dries more down. But man, let's get this thing started. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about you, man. Give us a spiel.
I'm just a small town boy. My dad, he's been self-employed all his life, and he owned some car dealerships, and I was running that for him. Always been into fishing and hunting and boats and working on anything that I could get my hands on. And had a buddy of mine, me and him were talking about boats and all the time doing something with a boat. And he said, man, you need to get in the boat business. I kind of brushed it off once or twice, and had another fella tell me that. And he actually gave me Tim's phone number. And I called him and told him who I was and what I wanted to do. And I think there was a couple of laughs in the mix. And
you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe it. David's pretty friendly. You talk to him once, you talk to him 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's right.
He talked to anybody.
That's right.
So I'm sure we started laughing.
Yeah.
So at this time, you was only selling cars.
Oh yeah, selling cars. No experience at all.
Car salesman.
I was 18, 19 years old. I mean, I was fresh. You know what I mean?
Right out the kitchen. Yeah.
So, and I wanted to sell boats. I said, if it's going to happen, let's do it now. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Got a hold of you, and we got some boats in. I ordered them sometime around March or April, and I think I got them in middle of August.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
August of 16. And so 17 models were rolling through then, and that was actually the day that they showed up was the first time I'd ever seen a Havoc in my life.
Wow.
So I can't help but question how that phone call went down. You're like, I don't sell boats currently.
Well,
I mean, how did you explain your situation?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I called you with 100% confidence.
I'm sure you had some confidence there, but you weren't even a dealer,
Hey, this is David. I'm from South Carolina, and I want to sell your boat. And you were like, well, talk to me more about this. How do you got my number and stuff like that? And I told you, and I was like, well, what do I got to do? And you said, well, you got to buy a load of boats. And I was like, well, how many is a load? And at that time, it was 7 boats and 7 trailers. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can do that. And you said, well, how you plan on paying for these things? And I said, well, I guess I'll write you a check. Mm-hmm. And you said, okay, I'll send the info over. And
there it was. How many years now?
I mean, so we're still rolling. I think we're going on 7 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right now, you are the man of South Carolina.
Yeah,
your dealership has exploded. You've grown. You've helped us develop new product.
Absolutely.
And as right now, man, you talk about South Carolina, it's David McGee.
That's it.
He's the man. So
it's one of those things where I reckon whenever I went into it, I got fully committed. I live and breathe it.
Well, you enjoy it.
So
I love it.
So you don't sell cars no more?
No, my dad still sells cars. He's down the street, but I don't do cars.
You and your dad got a good relationship. Y'all pretty close.
Oh, yeah, we're tight.
Y'all spend a lot of time together in the woods and on the water.
Man, we fish as much as we can. That was one of the biggest things, whenever I went into boat business, I told him, I said, Daddy, we'll be able to go fishing whenever we want to now.
Oh, yeah, that was a sales pitch?
Well, that was a sales pitch to him, I guess, because we dang sure haven't been able to go on a boat.
Did your dad buy that? And he said, okay, son, that's a good decision.
Yeah, he was like, son, let's do this.
Let's make a good financial decision based off of what you want to go fishing.
He's right. You can't. You're right. He was like, yeah, you're right. We can go fishing.
Yeah, we can go fishing.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yep. I think I've been fishing probably 10, 15 times since I went in the boat business.
It's funny how
killed it.
it's funny how everything changes on it.
Yeah.
It is.
You know,
It is.
You know, you get in the boat business to sell boats, and all of a sudden going to the boat ramp to test the boats not fun no more.
Oh, yeah.
It all turns into a job.
Everything. Yep.
You know, people come to me to the boat ramps and man, y'all got the best job ever.
Yep.
I'm like,
Man, I used to have people calling me, hey, whenever you go to test one, let me know. I want to go ride with you. Whenever we come up here, listen, I want to ride with you, check out the plant. You know, it was always something. Now it's like, oh, go ahead. You know, we'll see you whenever you get back. Go ride in your boat.
Yeah.
But I still love it. You know? That's the biggest thing. That
is true.
You know, I enjoy every minute that I'm in a boat.
You know, one reason why we want to do this podcast is because a lot of people, they look at us and they view us a little different. They don't know who we really are.
Yeah.
And, you know, this podcast is really built around blue collar.
It is.
You know, how we got where we were, you know, the struggles of everything. It's ups and downs of the industry.
How much it takes to just push on.
What people really don't understand, though, is how close our dealer network is to our family and who started it and who's still in it with our small dealer network, and David's one of them.
That's right.
That's helped grow the brand, you know.
And you guys, if it weren't for you, then I wouldn't be here. And, you know,
if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here either because, you know, you do help cut paychecks around here.
You know, it takes all of us.
It does. It takes all of us. All the R&D work and everything, you know.
Right.
So it's a good deal. And meanwhile, we go out there and we go hunting.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that hunting issue. What's up with that? So I'll give you a little background on last year, okay? So we go out there, you know, was that 2 years in a row that we've gone?
Yeah.
Out there to y'all?
Oh, yeah.
And it's always a good time. You know, we go out there, we'll hang out. We had a meet and greet last year.
Yep, that's right.
That went really well.
It did. It was a big turnout. That was, you know, the meet and greet and the reveal of the Gen 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we'll talk about that more in a little bit, but tell the story about hunting.
You talking about the hunting?
Yeah, the hunting.
Yeah, the hunting, yeah.
So, fortunately, we both got a bird, right?
This year.
It's always hit or miss, like who's going to shoot the bird.
It's always, you know, I think I should shoot first since I'm the oldest one.
Well, you know, you also shoot left-handed, though, so that comes with certain drawbacks. So we was on this tree, right? We had a bird gobbling, and we got set up, and we was hunting together. And we're on this tree, and Dad's left-handed, and I'm right-handed. So we shoot different. Yeah. Well, I'm like, okay. I'm not going to say nothing because I want him to shoot first because every time I kill something first before he does, you know, it's
all downhill.
It's downhill, yeah, for me.
For sure.
And so I'm not going to say nothing, even though we're set up on this tree wrong because he's left-handed, I'm right-handed.
There was a commitment earlier that day that you get to kill the first bird. Yes. I remember that.
You know, it's kind of funny. We did the same thing in New Mexico. I was supposed to kill the first one.
No. We'll get to New Mexico.
Let's talk about let's start hunting.
Don't bring
we
Mexico
talk all day about this hunting stuff, but we need to get back to the boat stuff for real.
Okay, so anyway, we're set up on this tree. The bird comes here, Dad can shoot it. The bird goes here, it's just me to shoot it. Well, lo and behold, the bird came to me.
Yep.
And I shot it.
It did. Old Rocky Mountain Special.
I'm like, how in the world this happened to me?
I don't know.
I mean, the bird had every opportunity to come to me. It had this one little spot where it might come to you, and it came to you. Yep. I'm like, how does that even work?
I'm sorry you're left-handed.
It happened. It really did.
But I ended up killing the bird that next day.
You did, and it was in a sweet way.
It was a stud too.
Dude,
it was a stud.
A hell of a bird.
It was
all day.
Yeah, he had some hooks on him.
Yes, he did.
It was a good bird.
Yeah, you can hang him up.
We killed a lot of birds in South Carolina. We did a good job.
David though over here guiding, man, I'll tell you.
Oh, he's a super guide. Dude, we walk out there in our camo. He walks out there with a hoodie, some blue jeans. Like he don't even got a face net on.
Why do you need it?
He's
because we look good.
Y'all have killed birds.
I know, but I'm over there.
Hey, I ain't arguing with him. He's right. We kill birds.
I know.
How about the guy shooting the bird?
Who?
You don't remember the guy shooting our bird?
Oh my! The first year.
I mean,
you're talking about the guy
first year.
Yeah, that went out there.
Shot that bird underneath us.
Yeah, we thought it was a strutter out there, and it was a dude's decoy.
It's a
dude's decoy.
We're setting up on this dude's decoy.
He shoots our bird. Then they were They shoot a bird.
Yeah, that was
Shout out to them guys when y'all see
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Yeah, shot our bird. We drove.
They come and bought a boat after that. So
Yeah, I know.
It's all
Well,
good.
they shot our bird. You know, it's like,
Where
holy
even?
crap, we shot their bird. Yeah, he shot our bird. You know, and so yeah, that was pretty cool. I knew that wasn't two gobblers in that field, though.
No, it was very. The situation at the time was kind of suspicious.
I'm pretty sure that you were the one that hollered, "There's two gobblers out in this field."
Well, obviously it was a strutter.
You had these nice new binoculars that were holding steady and stuff. While
self-stabilizing
Yeah.
Sig Sauer binoculars are really nice. Check them out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
That gets them all the time shooting small deer. Too.
That's right.
Those
That's right.
binoculars, man.
Those binoculars are nice, man. Makes everything look big. Trust me, I look at everything. But anyways, tell us about the Marsh Runner. Tell us, I mean, South Carolina. You get on social media, and you look at all these Havoc boats we build. We build timber duck boats. I mean, we're known for the timber, beating up the timber in Arkansas, and narrow beams, heavy duty sidewalls, I-beams. I mean, Havoc is obviously building a really tough duck boat, but we don't want to get in the side console bass boat business. That's boring.
Yeah,
no, I mean, not really.
We don't want that. But David's always had these backwater river fishermen, log jumping area, and he came to us one time talking about building a backwater fishing boat, and so we built the Marsh Runner, which was the basic. Well, we built the first Marsh Runner. The first Marsh Runner really kind of took off. It was a 1756. It would hold pretty good weight on the transom.
It was a 14-degree bottom with a performance cutout in the back.
Yeah, with our protected design, in the back and all of our designs and everything. But we started having issues with these four-stroke motors because they're weighing so much. And it's a constant battle all the time. It's like we don't have any regulations on we build a boat, but all these four-stroke motors, they do what they want to do. They don't care about the weights. They don't care about anything, and it's really hurting the boat builders because we have to redesign our product around the weight of the motor.
That's right.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And it's crap. It's crap. It's not like you run a two-stroke motor. You got all that horsepower
and lightweight.
They're building this motor.
It's heavy.
They're just throwing this four-stroke motor out there. It's like, okay, you boat builders deal with it.
Yeah, it's like, let's see if we can make this thing weigh around 400 pounds.
Yeah.
But let's put out a lot of horsepower, and they'll be fine with it. You know? And
so
they'll adapt and overcome.
See, and also, too, I got another problem with that, too, because, you got these four-stroke motors, and we're trying to build these boats, right? It's just not just us; it's everybody. Every boat builder in the country is having the same problem. Then you got the flotation requirements, you got everything.
Yeah.
So the more weight you put on these transoms, the more flotation requirements you got to have, less storage. I mean, it just turns into a debacle.
It makes it almost unusable.
It does. So we found seeing there's a problem. Mercury builds a 75. It's nice. You mentioned nice. Tohatsu builds a nice, motor. But they weigh. I mean, how much they weigh?
So the Tohatsu weighs upwards of 300. I think it's like 390 pounds, 92 pounds.
I mean, that's a lot of weight on the transom.
The Mercury's, I think, somewhere around about 378, 380. Yeah. So it's you got a big motor hanging back there on the transom whenever you get into that 75 series.
You do.
Yeah.
And you're not a whole lot of difference from your 60 horsepower, but there's a lot of motor difference there in a 60 to a 75. It's a total different design.
That's the biggest problem is the weight ratio versus horsepower.
Power versus weight, yeah.
It's just no good. It's no good for boat builders.
And every guy with a boat, what do they want to do? They want the biggest thing that they can put on the back of it. And being able to put this 75 is going to be a big help for us on that boat.
The 75 rating, for a tiller handle boat with the 7-foot casting deck, it gives the customer an option to go bass fishing and not spend $50,000 on a glass boat.
Yep.
I'm not saying that glass boats are bad, but I'm just saying that
the aluminum boat's going to give you more options where you go fishing.
The biggest thing is he can run that rough water. That's where the Gen 2 is just amazing. Is he can run shallow. He can get up in that back creek. He can jump over that log. He can do whatever he needs to. But then if he's got a wind dead in his face, he can still run across that lake and not get beat to death, soaking wet, or anything like that.
Right.
You know, with his 75 on the back, he can put down some pretty good numbers. You know, I mean, we've run that boat in the 50s.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
with 75.
yeah. So-
And it's an 1856.
1856. It's got 10 gallons of gas in the back of it. I mean, you know, it's got some weight. You know, that was trolling motor. That was gas. That's rigged up, ready to go. And,
What are you selling that boat for?
That boat rigged up, ready to go. It depends, man. It really depends on how fancy you want to go with it. You know.
Well, everybody wants fancy.
Yeah,
right?
you know. So if you throw my personal boat, I've got rigged up with a spot lock, 80-pound oil Trex. I've got a hydraulic jack plate on it, 8-inch hydraulic jack plate.
Yep.
I've got lithium batteries in it. I've got the works. I mean, it's set up.
Yeah.
It's got OS handles. It's got cup holders. It's got turtle box holders. All of that. That boat's going to come in somewhere around $36,000 in South Carolina with our taxes and all of that stuff.
Right.
Now, you got over $3,000 worth of accessories on that boat. So, you can figure somewhere around $32,000 for just a hole in a trailer with a jack plate.
I mean, you got to pay to play, right?
Yep.
So it just depends on what you want in the boat.
Yep.
You got the Gen 2s, you got the standard Marsh runners. There's definitely options where somebody wants to spend.
Absolutely.
It's definitely up to them how much money they want to spend, right? But for me, if I want something and it's nice, and the Marsh rudder is designed, it's a lot like, I say this all the time. We bought an Argo one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I use this all the time. You're not going to take an Argo on a trail ride.
No, you're not.
But when you need an Argo,
Is
you
there.
got to have an Argo.
You have to have it.
Right?
There's no other option.
So it's basically a tool. And that's one thing that we do at Havoc is we build boats, we design boats. We talk to dealers. If they have a situation where they got tournaments, they got backwater, stump jumping, log jumping, whatever, something that could take a beating. You're not gonna get a 7-foot casting deck glass boat back where you need to.
And see,
You're
that's
not
a
going
big
to.
thing. We've got
So that's the deal. It's more of a tool, more of a what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say here?
It's more of an asset to get you in position to be able to make it happen.
I got we got 20, 30, 40 guns,
Yeah.
I don't need all the guns, but I might need this 300 Win Mag, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I can get the job done with 308, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so it's basically that kind of situation. Like, you can use the boat for multiple deals.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
my
definitely designed.
Oh yeah, it's
around
it's
a certain
designed
deal.
around a certain thing. Like I fish freshwater, saltwater.
Right.
I fish the lake. I fish rivers. I get up in the back creeks and saltwater and chase spot tails.
Right.
We go gigging on them. So I mean, we take this boat and we put it through everything. From it gets beat and banged any which way that you look at it, from a narrow river up to running across a bay,
Right.
and it works in every scenario.
Yeah.
It doesn't fail. It is able to handle all those things. It'll bite and turn.
Right.
It'll lift and run.
You could duck hunt with it.
Yeah, you can duck hunt with it. You can duck hunt. You can bass fish. You can do whatever you want to do. You can go frog gigging off of the front deck if that's what you want to do, and you're comfortable.
Yeah. So it's like almost a Swiss Army knife.
Yep,
It is.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
with the transom, the
lot
way that
cooler
it
though.
is,
Yeah, it's a lot cooler because it's
a lot
camo.
cooler than a Swiss Army.
If they
knife.
came all their knives, it'd be a lot cooler.
But
it'd be a lot cooler.
that transom, the way
Frees
that
you
it frees up the boat. You're not concerned with any kind of issues with that bigger motor, that heavy weight on the back. That doesn't bother you. Everything just it clashes. It works.
It was designed around that big Mercury frame.
Yep, that's what it was.
And it's a really nice boat. The oversized corner brackets,
They're gonna
just
have to
just
pay
because
you
of
for that.
Just because of the
no kidding.
do it.
We're helping you out.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're helping you out, guys. Thanks for building the motor super heavy.
I know. But that's the only way to fix that issue.
It is. It's the boat builders are a little bit behind.
Yeah.
They have to adapt to
Behind the 4-stroke curve. I agree with that.
Front deck live well in that boat is an amazing feature.
Yeah.
The boat's wide enough at the front that you can get up there and you can run a spider setup. You can get like a Millennium Sidekick and put it up there and be able to to crappie fish, live scope, do all that stuff off of it. And having that live well there is easy access for doing that kind of thing.
Right.
Since live scopes came out, that's a big thing is crappie fishing and crappie fishing in john boats. You know,
Right.
there's tons of people. I keep saying a john boat, but
It's more like the performance.
it's really not a john boat anymore.
It's
but
changing.
It is.
It is. There's so many customers out there buying performance duck boats like a damn like a side by side.
Exactly.
Because they're going on the river, they're riding around on the river,
especially in South Carolina.
Yeah,
yes.
They're taking their families out there.
Yep.
I mean, they're making a day of getting their family together, getting in a performance duck boat. Which obviously we're kicking ass in that department, right?
Yeah.
But so they put their family, in these boats, and they go ride for hours and hours on these rivers, and go sandbar to sandbar, and they're cooking.
That's the biggest thing in South Carolina versus like you guys. You know,
Right.
I'm sure you guys do it some, but y'all were mostly either you're hunting or fishing, and y'all do a little bit. Y'all do some racing. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
we like to race.
Well, see, during the summertime, we get in the boat, we ride to the nearest sandbar. Everybody piles up.
Right.
And whenever I say the nearest sandbar, you liable to get in the truck and drive 3 hours before you put in the boat to ride to the nearest sandbar.
Yeah,
but everybody
crazy.
meets up.
Yeah.
And then the boat racing starts.
Yeah.
You know, then everybody gets out there and they start playing. And
when do you think? I think when do you? I personally seen this change in my. Because of course, obviously we're build the boats, but.
Yeah.
I mean, when did this become such a big deal? Like, when did the boat racing, sandbar, the trail riding on the water? It's totally different,
Man, it started coming along, in my opinion, whenever the first RDBs were released with the performance bottom.
Yeah.
Whenever that boat changed up, and you put the cutout transom in that boat, no step transom, just a straight RDB. A 553 was the best boat that was built in that category. Per my opinion,
it definitely changed whenever floating the nose came about.
Yep, and floating the nose was there.
When you started seeing Facebook posting pictures of people floating the nose, running speeds that nobody's seen before.
Yeah.
And that was I'm going to say late 18, early 19 area.
Yeah.
Is when that kind of took off.
I mean,
and then the Marsh Runner made its appearance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whenever that happened.
Yeah.
So you would say that the Marsh Runner is dominantly South Carolina. Marsh Runners dominate South Carolina.
Yes.
That's the model of choice for y'all.
Yes. If you want a boat, especially we sell a good bit of boats at the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And at the coast you've got rivers, you got big rivers, you got coastal water, you got brackish water, you got everything. You got yachts riding by and there's a guy over here in a 15-foot john boat, and then there's a guy over here in a 100-foot yacht.
Yeah.
The Marsh Runner made its name right there. In my opinion, for me in South Carolina, that's where it did it.
Well, we can look at the numbers. We can definitely tell where the Marsh Runners are going. And, in the United States, it's South Carolina.
It's South Carolina.
South Carolina is the Marsh Runner state.
It's my hottest seller, hands down. A Marsh Runner is second to none.
This is perfect for you guys there.
Yep, it just works.
For what y'all do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this boat's going to allow you to not only be able to go fishing, but load your old lady up, your bags and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take off, float the nose, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You can satisfy everybody. If your old lady don't want to float the nose, you don't have to float the nose. If she wants to ride out, she can ride out and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back of the boat, you and her, and take off. You know, and it's going to handle like a dream and ride like a Cadillac.
I think also to the floating the nose. You keep saying floating the nose, and the floating the nose is a term off of Facebook. You know,
it is.
Social media blew this thing up. It's crazy. You gotta go float the nose, go float the nose, go float the nose. Well, floating the nose in a performance duck boat, I think it's a cheap way to get their thrills without spending a ton of money in a glass boat.
It is.
I mean, you get you go out there and you buy a $70,000-$80,000 glass boat. Yeah, you can go toe to nose, but you're gonna pay the price, right?
Exactly.
So I think this performance duck boat, especially something that we've created. We definitely found a niche, whether we tried or whatever. But
it may not have started as that, but that's where it ended up being.
Well, obviously we was trying to build a really strong product.
It was definitely, in my opinion, the Marsh Runner was designed for rough water, and that was it. That's what we designed it for.
Well, we definitely designed it to float the nose, but it's just amazing how fast this took off and how if you ever sat in a Marsh Runner or a RDB or a Mod 40, because you run Mod 40s every race season, and you get that nose to pick up, and you feel the figure 8, and you're running on 9 inches of square inches back there.
You feel like you're flying,
and you're in a tiller handle. That's an experience that like everybody wants to feel that.
Yeah, it's a different feeling.
You know, that's like me wanting to go out there and kill like a 180 or 200 class buck, you know. And you got these kids that graduate in high school and they're going to college, and they say, hey, what does that feel like?
Yep.
And that's what it is. They want some of that nose floating experience, some of that tiller handle experience. And this drove the boat industry.
Yep.
It's drove it to a
now,
whole new level.
It's now the like example of what a good running boat is.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, a lot of times it's not actually an efficient drive.
No, it's
like
not.
You see these people, you know, they got it binded up and really toting the nose.
Nope.
But they'll be rolling water.
Yep. Pushing water, you know.
You know, that's not efficient. That's not going to be the fastest boat there, but it may look good.
Yep.
But it's amazing whenever it looks good on Facebook.
And it's a Facebook thing.
Hey,
You know, it's
Facebook
Facebook
has driven all kinds of things. you know.
It
the
definitely
good, the
has.
bad, and the ugly, you know.
Yeah.
But it definitely drove floating the nose.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's just floating the nose, floating the nose, floating the nose.
That's all you see.
know?
I mean, you can literally title this "Floating the Nose."
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Everybody's all about floating the nose.
Yeah. But you know, I understand that you go to these ATV parks. These guys got these big, these big
huge
tire. You know, I get it. I get it. You know, but it's also helped us achieve, like, it's helped us grow too.
It has.
Right.
It has.
You know.
Especially because we're dominating it
Yeah.
so heavily.
I think because
You
we
know,
just damn near enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess, yeah. That's it.
we enjoy building fast stuff. And
our thing is, you know, there's always, if somebody is running into an issue, they're hunting or they're fishing, they got a problem. I mean, it's like, it kills us to solve it because there's a better solution.
That's right. Always is.
And that leads us to producing things like the Marsh Runner Gen 2.
Yep.
You know, with the motor weights and all that. I mean, it's just we're all constantly trying to make something better.
Adapt and overcome.
With where the market is, where the people are,
Yeah.
what are the customers dealing with.
But I also noticed too, though, it's also raised the bar to a certain standard.
It has.
It makes it hard to uphold 100% customer service.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. It
Because
does.
you raise the bar so high, and you have to keep battling.
'Cause you gotta hold
battle,
that, you know.
And there's no room for error.
There's not.
And in today's world, social media, everybody feels that their feelings are important to everybody.
Oh,
Right? So, you know, they want to get on social media. You know, they want to talk about it. And some are good, some are bad. You know how it is.
Yeah, I mean,
But
some people are just not happy with anything.
yeah, but you know, it's drove. And I think, you know, my point is saying all this is I feel like, you know, with our podcast, what we're doing now, we can educate people on, like, you know, if you buy a boat, you know, and you got an RDBST or you got a Mod 40 or a Marsh Runner, and you're not floating the nose, why?
Yeah.
Why? You know,
Yep.
what are the reasons why you're not?
That's
you know,
right.
the boats are designed the same.
Yeah. All of them work the same.
All of them work the same. It's off of balance. You know.
It's power, balance, and it's just, you know, balancing the boat out.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
getting it all balanced out.
you know,
And prop.
Yeah.
and prop.
You got to have a prop.
Prop
And a lot of
plays a
people,
big part,
and a lot of people don't think of the prop being as crucial as it is. But if you watch our race series, you constantly see people switching props, changing props, working props.
Me and you can get in the same boat and
Yeah.
run it, and we're totally different weights and
Yep.
everything. We're going to have different props.
Yeah.
Now, me explaining that to Joe Blow, it doesn't work like that. You
No,
know?
it doesn't.
But it does.
They don't understand that.
It
But,
does. You know.
Yeah. You know, the boat industry is so not uninformed, uneducated on like really how, you know, people see nose floating, they see these fast boats, and they see all this, but they really don't know how to get there without spending a lot of money.
Exactly.
A lot of them don't want to spend a lot of money. A lot of them is the age group that that's buying our product, you know. But you know, this podcast will help people understand that. Say, look, you got to go out there. You got to put a prop to it. You got to go out there and put setback on it. You got to go out there. You got to balance your boat.
Yep. Test.
You got to test. You got to put some hard work into it.
Yep. You do.
But I tell you what we are doing though, for the people that don't want to go out there and spend a lot of money, and have, you know, just a lot of knowledge on how to do it. We're trying to build these boats in a way that, like, say the Mod 40, right? The Gen 1 Mod 40. It's a light boat.
Yeah.
With the C-channel ribs, has performance cut out. It's set up to where it doesn't take a lot to make that hull
run
do
efficiently
what they're looking for.
And that's what's so nice about what David's doing in South Carolina is about like we're building this boat, right? And he's taking this boat and he's testing it, designing it with his customer base. He's giving our feedback, and we're focusing on that one particular model.
Absolutely.
And that's what that's what makes him good. That's what makes your customer service good, and what makes our product better.
That's right. And it's all about once you figure out what works. And like I said, it might not work for everybody, but you get a general base. And I try to make sure that every boat that rolls out of my shop, I've got set up on a general base platform that if you get in it or if you get in it, it's going to run very
you
good.
got to
we can dial it in to whatever you want.
Absolutely.
But it's not going to run the same with both of you.
But you're going to do like we'll say right in the middle.
Yep, I'm going to put you right in the middle. And
which makes perfect sense.
That's exactly right. I can look at the person that's buying my boat and I can say this is about what speed that you're going to run with.
It's like all right. You weigh you weigh 360 pounds. So
and
we're going to set
everybody
this up a
seems
little
happy,
different.
And that's the biggest thing. Now, whenever they want to achieve more, they call me and I say, all right, well, this is the steps that we got to take. First, we got to do this, and then we got to do this, and we got to slowly work till we reach what your
which is
potential
crucial.
is. Yeah,
which is crucial to getting it running for your setup and what you do.
It always depends on what the person wants.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. What the person wants. If he wants to go out there and float the nose, he wants to go out there and be right comfortable. Because I'm telling you right now, if you run on the drain plug,
you're not
that's
comfortable.
not comfortable.
No.
It's not comfortable.
It
might be fast, but it's not comfortable.
I raced go-karts for years, and you're on the edge of out of control. Loose is fast, and on the edge, your butt's clenching. You are clenching to that boat as hard as you can.
Yeah, you are.
And it's a wicked feeling. If you like it, then you're gonna love it. You're gonna want to be on the edge. But if you are scared of it the least little bit, do not try to do it.
Yeah,
because that's where people get hurt.
And I've seen it so many times. People, they'll buy these Mod 40s, buy built motors, and they'll get them all souped up, get it set up perfect, and they'll go out there and run it and come back and say, this is too much.
Yeah, I'm done.
Absolutely.
This is too much.
I've had people call me and say, this boat's too fast.
Yep, I'm done.
It's too much for me. I'm not, I need to downgrade.
That's okay. Never heard that one before. Okay.
What can we get you in to suit you better, buddy?
We have a stick steer available.
So and that's one thing. Whenever someone comes to my shop, I try to fill them out.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do?
Yeah.
A
lot of guys want that. You ever make your dinner plate and you put all this food on there?
Yeah,
you get halfway through, you're like, okay, I was hungry with my eyes.
I could have done without that. I could have done without this.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's find where you're really at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I try to steer them in that direction.
Yeah.
So that it makes my life easier, your life easier, and they've got the boat that they want, doing what they want to do with it.
Yeah.
And Havoc has that option. The DBST, it's got what it does. You got the Mod 40, the Marsh Runner, you've got different options to do different things, so you can find out what that customer wants and put them in that route.
Yeah, and with all the Havoc dealers, we don't have a lot of Havoc dealers. I mean,
no, we don't.
That's right.
We reduce some. And we don't have a lot. We make sure the dealer fits us, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of Havoc dealers that are Marsh Runners, DBST dealers, Mod 40s,
like Flat River Rats.
So because I'll get on the phone with a dealer like, hey, what kind of boat you got? All right, that's a David call, or that might be a Smith, or that might be a Cuz, or that might be, all Grenada. I mean, we got great dealers all over the country, right?
That's right.
And every different region sells kind of like a different model.
It's almost like a whole different niche there.
Yeah, it does. So like we got all these dealers, these good dealers, and they're the best dealers there is. I mean, there are dealers, they're good dealers, and they just help everybody. Which is good, and it just helps everybody grow.
That's exactly
customer service mainly.
Yep.
Customer service.
And that's something that we try to sell off of is customer service, being there before the sale, at the sale, after the sale.
Yeah.
You can call me. 99% of the people that have bought a boat from me has my personal cell phone number.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have yours, and people have yours.
Yeah.
call me, text me. I may not call you right back in that, but you're going to get a phone call back. I'm going to text you or I'm going to call you, and I will discuss whatever you need to discuss and try to get you figured out and try to get you straight.
I ain't heard anything bad.
No.
Every once in a while I might hear something bad here. You know? But whatever, you know.
I don't care.
It's the same thing with me. You know? Like, hey, Tim's a jerk, you know. But
they'll split us up.
Yeah.
They'll call him, then they'll call me, then they'll call him again, then they'll call me.
A lot of times we're in the same truck.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just be looking at each other like, that's not what he told me.
Oh, I do the same thing. I call both of you at the same time.
Sometimes we're in the same truck. We're like, hey, David's calling me.
I'm like, David just called me.
Where'd David want?
Yeah. Now I'll do group text. I'll group text and then I'll text individually.
Yeah.
Because you don't get the same answer from either one of them.
You think we should tell David we're in the same truck? We're looking at each other? No, tell him something totally different. You know, but it's a good time. So how can folks find you? I mean, how does folks find you?
Man, your
website?
We've got a website. We do a lot on social media. Our Facebook page. We post every sale that we make. We post all our boats for sale. Sometimes they're in big groups. Sometimes they're singled out. Sometimes they're just whole. Sometimes they're whole and trailer.
Full
you know,
package,
yeah. We've got Instagram. We do that as well. And yeah, you know, our website. We try to stay on top of it. We're a bunch of guys that are you know, semi, I guess you could say, lazy sometimes and won't have other things on our mind, like hunting and fishing.
It's hard to really sit there and make sure that's up to date when it's not physically in front of you.
You're addicted to the outdoors, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's not lazy. You got this guy and you got this guy. This guy's addicted to the outdoors, and you got this guy that's not addicted to the outdoors.
So we try to stay on top of it, though. You know, I think that we've got somewhere around 50 boats in stock.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
50 or more, and you know we try to keep at least 40 on the lot.
Yeah,
that's our goal, and we want a mixed bag.
Yeah.
You know, I've got some things that don't sell as good.
Yeah.
If you come to my shop, I don't have as many of those things.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys call, I tell you, hey, you know these.
Yeah.
You know, let me get a couple of these, but let me get more of these because
well, you know what sells.
I know kind of what works in my.
I mean, your area is a little different.
You know, but hey, I have people call me sometimes and say, hey, I'm looking for this specific boat. Do you have it? And if I do,
you got one or two of them in stock. You know, which is great. You know,
so how many? I mean, the way we produce boats now is we run production schedules.
Yep.
You know, we build one model, one size, per week.
That's right.
And we'll run them 40, 50 of them.
That's right.
So do you get people, since it's basically inventory now instead of sold boats, custom boats?
That's right.
You know, do you get calls from way off, like be somewhere crazy, just way away from you?
We've sold to South Dakota. We've sold New York, New Jersey. We've actually got a good customer base. I've got a great group of guys, and I thank them all the time. That they keep sending people from New Jersey and New York.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's nice.
And it's like it's all the same group of guys. They all,
it's that
you
group.
know, they got my cell phone number. They don't call the shop. They call me and, hey, man, this is such and such. You know, he told me about you. I want a boat just like his. Do you have another one? Yes, sir, I do.
Right.
What, you want me to bring it to you, or do you want to come down and get it? And you know, we make that connection.
That's good
and
stuff.
We make it happen.
That's good stuff.
And you know, it's social media has been a huge thing for us. I sell more boats out of state than I sell in state.
Right. Well, it's so easy for people to shop nowadays.
We know it's because you have them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
if you don't stock
it's easy
boats,
to shop. You got boats.
My in-state sales are marsh runners.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I pretty much sell everything else out of state.
Yeah.
And it's from having it.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to work with all the other dealers. Dealers call me from time to time, and they say, "Hey, man, do you have this?" You know, and I'll call them. Hey, do y'all have this? I got a customer that's looking for this.
Yeah.
And let me send him over your way.
Well, you know, it's good to have dealers working together like that
because it's taking care of the customer.
Because it's about the customer.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
And when a dealer forgets that is when the dealer. It's not a very good dealer.
Yep.
It's about the customer. And the day it's not about the customer, you might as well just go play checkers.
Yep.
You know, it's not worth it.
Yes.
You know, because you're taking a man's money. It's not. I mean, come on.
Yep. It's all about making sure that they're getting what they want.
Right. And it's a partnership between us and the dealers because we're taking care of the customer on our end.
Exactly.
You know, we expect you to take care of the customer as well. And in the results of that, the customer are happy.
Yep.
You know,
I totally agree.
And we'll work together to solve anything that he has going on.
Exactly.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff, and it's it's fun.
It is fun.
You know, it's fun.
It's made it's flipped my life upside down and made it totally interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't change any bit of it. I've had a great run with you guys. You know, we just it's like y'all became family to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, we talk once a week or more on the telephone, and
well, we could be riding together pretty soon.
Yep.
Chasing some turkeys.
Hey, matter of fact, let's talk about that.
Well,
What's up? So, you know, last year we came up. We came over and we did the Gen 2 reveal.
That's right.
You know, I think we ought to do something a little different this year.
Man, what you got in mind?
Man, I'm thinking we do another a little get together. And I say we give away a boat.
What?
Like a
give away a boat?
Yeah, like
what you thinking? Maybe like a
what you think?
I don't know. I think maybe we should do a raffle. Maybe.
A raffle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's raise some money.
Make it be in person to win. You know, kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
like show up.
Get there, get a ticket, boom.
Yeah, just figure out what the price is. I think we should do something. Maybe one of our new utility center consoles nobody's seen.
I think that might be the ticket. You know, it'll kind of be like a little mixed reveal with the giveaway. You know, that's going to be a sweet boat.
And I think that this boat,
it's a basic boat.
It's going to be a super seller too.
And I think for South Carolina,
I mean, it's gonna hit these guys perfect. You know, these lake guys. These guys that are wanting to sea duck hunt.
Yeah.
You know, it's open floor plan.
Yeah, it's an open floor plan. Nothing fancy. Got an 8-degree hull.
Yep.
Aluminum console.
You can get a live wheel in the console.
Yep.
If you want to.
It's gonna hit those points that we don't have right now. That
right.
I think
it's just simple. It's just simple works. You know.
Hey, the center console we've got now is by far, in my opinion, one of the best boats there is. One of the biggest complaints I've heard about it is it's too big.
Yeah.
You know, this boat's gonna close that gap.
Yeah, we've actually heard that before too.
Yep.
We have.
Only in the boat business though.
Only in the boat business.
Only in the boat business, I promise you. Only in the boat business.
Nowhere else. I promise you.
I promise.
But
I wish I've heard that before.
Yeah, giveaway. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we roll up. I think we roll up, bring a boat.
Yeah.
Get everybody together.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Sell tickets and
have some good food,
have a
some
good
cold
time.
drinks.
Yeah. Kill some birds.
Maybe some music again. You know,
Yeah.
we can get some music in there.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm definitely down.
Well, you know, we do it every year.
Multiple giveaways. You know, we'll have some different stuff. We'll get with a couple of our other partners and see if we can't come up with something there and have our boat and
Let's go ahead.
have a good time and then kill some birds.
Yeah, let's get on that.
Maybe go fishing too. You know,
we're going to go fishing.
We do need to go fishing.
We're going to go fishing this year.
We need to go fishing.
We're going to go fishing this year. We'll bring the camera crew this year. Last year the camera crew couldn't.
I know. I mean, we came up there and we got on birds and we got it done.
I mean, we got it done. I did kind of slack on the job. I was supposed to be recording, but I was getting fussed at because I wasn't camouflaged.
Well,
I was sticking out like a sore thumb, is what they told me. So,
I mean, he was sitting back.
Hey, whoa.
His face masked it down to his chin.
Hey,
and he had his red cheeks hanging out, and the sun was blaring. And I'm over there camoed up. I got mud smeared on my face. You know, I'm trying to kill this turkey. I'm serious.
We're like stealth fighters.
I'm exhausted at this point.
We've
been up all night. He's over all morning.
He's over there grinning ear to ear with the red rosy cheeks and shit. And I'm like, turkey's gonna see you.
No, he didn't.
I drove 12 hours.
He didn't see you.
He did not see me.
He did not see you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I think he was blind.
He would have saw you. He didn't see me though.
I think the turkey was blind.
No, he wouldn't have seen him because he's facing the wrong way.
I was facing the opposite direction.
You were looking at me. That's the problem. You weren't looking for the bird. You were looking at me.
And I was like,
I
see him.
I heard
and Dad's like, what?
Yeah.
I said, I see him. He's like, I could tell that he realized it wouldn't come to his side.
I took my turkey vest out of the truck before I came up here, so you know.
I was behind the tree. I just heard the shot. I said, "You kill it?" Yeah. Okay. Good.
Cool.
It was a little bit more. It was a little bit more, you know, excitement in that.
Cool. I'm hearing drumming behind me. I mean, I love hearing a turkey drum that I can't see.
Yeah, I mean, this dude's looking like southbound.
This dude is drumming his ass off. I'm like, okay, this is really exciting for me.
He's looking at.
I hope you kill him, B. Scott.
Yeah, do the do, B. Scott.
Yeah, do it.
Nah, you ended up getting a good one.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I had some good hooks on him. I was happy with him.
Yeah, your bird was better than his.
Yeah, it was better than his. Yeah, actually.
His spurs were.
Oh God,
The beard was a little longer. But I had the most beautiful fan.
Your fan was way
I
prettier.
had the
Here we go.
Beautiful fan.
We argued about this for 12 hours on the way back home.
Yeah, it'll be.
Well,
okay.
what happened was, so we had the fan broke down, the spurs, the beard. We were all,
Yeah, we had that thing hung up in the back of the truck.
I'm talking about when we got
I
home.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, check this out. So we got everything broken down. We got them on the table. Everything's got, stuff on it. We're getting it all cured,
Mhm. Yep,
And
yep.
we go to collect it. And he's grabbing his stuff. He grabs good fan. I'm like, whoa, dude.
Dude, that's mine.
That's my fan.
We had like 4 fans.
Did
and
y'all have to go through pictures and decide?
No,
I just took the best damn fan.
I
on it.
memorized all of it because I was expecting it.
We had all these
He's
fans.
fixing to build the super turkey right here, and that fan's mine.
I had a little bit of Alabama, had a little bit of Tennessee, had a little bit of South Carolina. It don't matter. I was gonna build a big turkey.
He was
One
like,
leg here, one leg here.
he was like, spur.
What's that
another
song, Johnny
spur.
Cash, building that car?
One piece at a time.
One piece at a time. Yeah, we had 4 fans and 8 legs and 4 beards. I was building me a master turkey.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Doing a huge one.
But Johnny Cash don't got nothing on me.
So what kind of fishing would you do? What would we be doing?
Man, we can
Come
go.
March.
We could go. We could do a couple of different things. It depends on how y'all want to do it. Now we can definitely go bass fishing.
Hey, you don't
and
wanna
crappie
go-
fishing out of the Gen 2. But I think that we're gonna have to dope him up or something and
Deep
carry
sea
him
fishing.
offshore.
Oh
yeah.
my God, here we go.
I don't know. Y'all have to wake up out
I mean,
there.
dude,
I'm gonna give out some.
why not go? I mean, you're that close to the coast. I already know that you don't like imitation crab meat, so we need to go and get you
Dude.
some real food.
Well,
to
Dude,
eat.
dude.
Last time we ate 2 pounds of that, thinking we was saving time.
I mean,
Go ahead and tell them the story.
So they come down 2 years ago and they said
we got stories for days. We've been here all day doing this.
let's go let's go eat crab legs.
Oh,
So
God,
I'm
here
like,
we go.
all right, yeah. We pile in the car and we ride to the beach and I carry him to all you can eat crab legs. And we're sitting there, we're cracking crab legs, and Tim looks at me and he's like, dude, why are you doing all that work? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's going sloshing crab meat and butter. I mean, he's just going to town over there. And I'm like, where did you get that crab meat? You didn't get it out of crab legs? He's like, no, they got a whole bowl full of it over there. B. Scott's over there with him. They're just going to town. B. Scott's being quiet. He's eating so much. And I'm like, dude, that's imitation crab meat. And they're, no, it's not. I was like, yes, it is.
I didn't even know. For one, I didn't even know that was a thing.
How did they even make that?
It's like cod or something like that. It's but fish and rubber and silicone and different stuff of that nature. And
Dude,
and,
we were smashing it.
you guys thought I was the biggest dummy in the whole wide world until
No, I thought
That night.
We were butter floating this crab meat.
oh yeah.
And let me tell you something. That next day,
Mm.
we paid for it.
Oh, it's horrible.
We didn't go hunting the next morning.
Nope, didn't make the hunting trip. I texted him. I said, all right, boys, let's go. I'm not going to make it. About 45 minutes later, B. Scott texts back, not going to make it, bud. I'm like, all right.
Well,
So,
I don't know what we ate. We ate a lot
Well,
of
I'll
it.
tell you what we ate. It wasn't what we thought we was eating.
so
I
we're
guarantee
going
you.
to have to go offshore.
Yeah,
You know?
all right, we'll go offshore. I'll get my little balloon.
What do they give you those pills so you don't get like...
Seasick.
Dramamine.
Yeah, go ahead and get some of that.
Yeah, we'll put a little patch on your ear and stuff.
Oh my God.
We'll get you all set up to go. You
Dude,
know?
that's funny.
Sharks and
You know, who knows? Maybe I'll get seasick with you.
yeah.
It's odd that me and you don't want to do that.
It's one
I'd
of those
go
things.
out in big
Once
water
you do
like
it
that.
one
I just
time?
watched Titanic and I watched Jaws. and shit, you know? It's just
yeah.
like-
Well, I mean, if
it's not cool to me. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
they got
Titanic. I mean, geez, that could really happen.
we got e-furbs and life rafts and all of that. So
That
we'll
did
be good.
really happen.
And, it could happen to us. Is what I mean. I mean,
Oh, I got you.
I'm gonna have a GPS.
I mean-
I'm gonna have GPS flashers and shit on my back and
Big blow up.
blow up freaking nails.
I got a
I
couple.
mean,
I got
if
a
I
couple
go
life
overboard,
jackets.
you'll see me from space.
I got a couple life jackets at the shop that
Yeah.
that are got the CO2. So whenever you hit the water, it's
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah, I'll
let you wear
I got
those.
those too.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wear those.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's something eerie about that big water like that, you know? Maybe it's because it's so deep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
deep and cold.
I don't think so, but I tell you what.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice out there. You know.
I'm sure it's peaceful.
Is it quiet out there?
Yeah.
I mean, like, other than the water?
other than the boat and the radio raising Cain and hopefully
He's like,
rods-
other than all the noise we're making, it's pretty quiet.
Other than hopefully the rod's going off. And,
It's quiet under the water.
yeah.
It's quiet if you're
jump
not
on in.
It's quiet if you're not on our boat.
Yeah. yeah.
You know, we try to make plenty of noise. You
Yeah.
know, it's very peaceful.
Yeah.
It can be. You'll see the most beautiful sunset or sunrise that you've ever seen, depending on what time you go out.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like
I think so. When it's not very far away.
Nope.
No,
I'm ready for
We'll
it.
be here in just a couple months.
Come on,
So,
March.
So y'all need to get to work and get that boat ready.
We
Yeah,
do.
I know.
We do.
We got some out there already.
Yep.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's go out there here in a
Yeah.
minute. Let's
Yeah, we got
go play around.
We got several loads out there of those things,
Yeah,
don't
we about to go play with them.
We do.
That
We do.
sounds like a winner to me.
we? All right.
Well, I think, man, this wraps it up, dude.
Hey man, I greatly appreciate you guys asking me to
absolutely.
come
Yeah.
be a part of this. You know,
Yeah, we do it more
Enjoyed
often,
it.
dude.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, y'all leave a like, subscribe. If you haven't seen our race series, check it out on YouTube. We're gonna be rolling out these podcasts, back to back. So if y'all haven't seen our race series, like I said, check it out. Leave a like, subscribe, and hit that post notification. And we'll see y'all later.
Give us a thumbs up.
Later.
Southside Outdoors.
Yeah.